Real life statistics men forget because of social media. The average man makes his first $100,000 a year at 33 years old and $100,000 net worth at 37 years old. Even though social media makes it feel like everyone is already there. The average man gets married at 30 years old, has his first kid at 31 years old, and buys his first house at 36 years old. So don't feel behind if you're in your—
First of all, these numbers are new, okay? In past generations, this was a lot sooner. Given our economic climate and culture, yes, it has gotten a little bit older. To our culture standards, those numbers are slowly going on a trajectory up. We're getting older as we do this thing. So that pressure that we feel to do these things sooner is natural because that's the way we did it for hundreds of years. The average person buying their house at 36, yes, that's today. That's not what it was in the past. And soon, if it continues at this rate, it's going to be at 40, then it's going to be at 50, right? So the pressure that we feel to accomplish things in a reasonable time frame is real. We want our lives set up. We don't want to spend all of our lives trying to just set ourselves up to actually have a comfortable baseline.
years old. So don't feel behind if you're in your 20s trying to figure everything out still. The average self-made millionaire reaches that milestone at 44 years old, and the average self-made billionaire doesn't get there until 61 years old. I'm 19 years old and I still feel like I'm playing catch up. And this has become the norm because social media compresses timelines. It makes it decades long.
Social media compresses timelines, yes, but the reason why people feel pressure is because right now with AI, social media, and technology, Gen Z, we are the first generation to grow up with technology, and clearly there is loads of opportunity with technology where we can quite literally get rich overnight. We see people do it. That's why we feel that pressure, because we see an opportunity that if you were to dedicate yourself to 3 or 4 years hardcore focus of social media like you would a law degree, you're going to come out a millionaire. It's never been easier to get famous, and it's never been easier to get rich. You just have to dodge all the distractions. So that pressure that you feel to perform, especially as a man, not only is it more competitive today, but we have the opportunity of a lifetime at our fingertips. And again, we don't want to be average. We don't want to hit these average numbers regardless. We want excellence. We want to do extremely well. So this is a relevant quote once again.
It makes a decades-long journey look like it happened overnight. Real life takes time, and you're not behind. You're where you're supposed to be.
Okay, I do agree with that. You're where you're supposed to be, right? That's something people tell themselves to make themselves feel better consistently. But here's the thing. Are you really where you're supposed to be? Only you know that. The life you genuinely want, not, the life that you're projected to have, right? That everybody else has. The life that you really want. Are you where you need to be right now in order to achieve that? Only you can answer that question. Aim for excellence. Follow for more.